Hello, year two. Okay, so we've got a maths video for today. So let's get our maths heads turned on. Get your thinking faces ready, and let's do some super magnetized watching. So we're looking at tens and ones in this video. So let's get started. I've got lots of tens and ones on the screen now. I'm going to quickly move myself because I think I'm in the way of some of them. If I just make myself a little bit shorter, there you go. Look at that magic. Now I'm going to put myself just there. Now I've got lots of tens and ones on the screen here, and I've got some answers that are going to pop up once you've had a go. Now, there's lots of different images, and a lot of them we use in class. So I need you to be really confident on what the difference between a 10 is and a 1. Some of you will know this, and that's absolutely fine. This is just a bit of revision, but a lot of us need to really be confident in the differences of what 110 is worth and what a 1 is worth. So I just have a go now of pausing the video and on the screen having a point at which ones you think are a 10 and which ones you think are a 1. So I pause the screen now, pause the video, sorry, have a go yourself, and then see how many you got right. If you've got some pen and paper at home or pencil and paper, you could even do tens on one side, ones on the other, and you could draw them underneath. It's entirely up to you, but I need you to remember these. It's really important. Have a go now. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm going to press the answers now, so be honest, see whether you've paused the video and had a go. Right, here we go. We've got the answers on the screen. So we can see in the tens column, we've got a numicon. I've got 10 holes in our numicon, so that it's worth 10. There's 10 parts of our numicon altogether. Next to our numicon, we've got the straws that are the bundle of straws. Now, it doesn't quite look like a normal 10 stick, which I'll mention in a minute, but there are 10 parts all bundled together. And we say this is a bundle of 10, it's a group of 10, it's a 10. Then we've got our usual one that we all know is our 10 blocks all clipped together to show that one cube with 9 more squished together is 110. The same as having 10 ones, you've got 110. Then we've got a counter here, and on the counter it says the number 10. That tells us it's the value of it, it is worth 10. Then we've got our 10 frame. The word escaped me there, the 10 frame, and we've got it's full because there are 10 counters filling all of the squares. So whenever you see a full 10 frame, you know without having to count that there's 10 counters there because it's full. Let's look over at the one side now. On the one side, you can see the 10 frame again, but there is only one counter in there. That shows me it's a ones. Now, if there were 4 counters in that tens frame, I could count each one, knowing it's worth just 1, and I could say, each one, this is how much it's worth altogether. Now, we've also got our cube here. Now, we've got a red cube, and we use this when we're on the screen to show the differences between the yellow 10 stick and the cube. But the cube, the base 10 we call it, usually when we've got them in school, we've got the little wooden ones, and you can have the wooden sticks that are all the 10 piled up together, and the tiny cubes that go with it. Give me a nod at home if you know what I'm talking about. Well, there's the same again. You've got 10 ones in your 10. You've also just got the ones. Then you've got a one straw on its own, not part of a bundle like it is in the tens. It's just on its own. Doesn't matter what color it is. It shows it's worth 1. You've got your one numicon above that. That tells us there's only one because there's only one hole there. There's only one part of our square. And then you've got another counter, but inside this counter, doesn't matter, it's a different color. What matters is on the inside, there's a number 1. That tells us it's only worth 1. Right, on the next screen, I want you to have a quick go now. There's 25 straws here. How many bundles of 10 have we made? So let's have a look. And we've got the sentences at the bottom. There are how many 10s and how many 1s. This many 10s add this many 1s equals 25. Quickly pause the screen now and maybe turn to the person next to you if you've got someone next to you, or maybe you've got an adult in the room that you could tell how many 10s, how many 1s. If not, we used to do in lockdown, we used to do talk to your teddy. Maybe you could give that a go. Pause the video and have a go now. Right, let's have a look together then. So we've got 2 bundles of 10, 5 of the straws on their own. So you've got 2 10s, 5 ones, you've got 2 10s, add 5 ones is 25 altogether. Great job. Now let me show you something quite difficult now. This is where we get tricky. Oh, sorry, there's one more extra thing we've got here. We're going to be looking at this next week. We've got a tens and ones in a place value grid. Now, a place value grid is essentially, you just split it up. You've got tens on one side, ones on the other side. And on one side, you can see we've got 1, 2, 3 bundles of our straws. And on the other side, we've got some of the straws just worth 1 on their own. How many tens? How many ones? And then see if you can put it together for the whole number. Pause the video, have a go. Really challenge yourself here. See whether you can do this. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3 bundles of straws. So that means we must have 3 tens. And we've got 6 ones. So we've got 3 tens, add 6 ones. Let's see, check our answer. Absolutely spot on. 3 tens and 6 ones. 3 tens add 6 ones makes our 36. It's quite easy when you put it in tens and ones because you can just borrow the number from the tens, borrow the number from the ones, and together it makes the whole total. Right, now, you might remember this from in class. This was a really challenging one. It says which of the images, which means which of the pictures, represents or shows 32. So which one could it be? Maybe pause that video and see if you can jog your memory about what we did in class. Okay, so I'm hoping you remember here and you've used your super magnet eyes to show me that you've counted all those cubes, because we've not only got one side that is 3 tens, 2 ones, that shows 32, but on this side we've got 2 tens and 12 ones, which means you move 2 ones aside, you've then got 2 tens, 10 ones, and an extra 2 ones altogether. That makes 32. Let's work through that together. We know if we've got tens and we squish them all together, it can mean or make the same as a 10 stick. 10 ones is equal to 1 10. 2 tens and 10 ones, and we had 2 extra ones this time, so we can change our 10 ones and exchange it, which means swap it for a 10 stick, and now it's much easier to read. We can see that we've got 1, 2, 3 tens and 2 ones, which made 32. We exchanged the 10 ones for 1 10. Now, let me show you this one. This one's confusing. How many ways can we make 41 using the base 10? Well, we could have 4 tens and 1 1, or we could have 3 tens, 10 ones, and an extra 1 to make 30, an extra 10 to make 40, and a 1 to make 41. I think you know where this is going. We might remember this from class. We had 2 tens, and then we had 2 lots of 10 ones and an extra 1 to make that 41. And then you know where this is going next, don't you? We've got another 10, and then we've got 3 lots of 10 ones and an extra 1 to make 41. And I'm not sure about the other classes, but my class love this one. We've got 5 lots of 10 ones, and we've got the extra 1 at the end, all together making that 41. There are 5 different ways that we could make 41 just from using the base 10 on the screen. Now, I want you to have a really good think. How many ways could we make 25 using base 10? Maybe pause the video here. Maybe you could have a go at home Have a really good think. How could we make that 25 using base 10? Let's have a think. Pause the video. Be honest with yourself. Come on, give it a go. It's a challenge, but we can do this. Okay, I'm hoping you've all had a go here and you've been quite successful. Let's have a look. We could start off by nice and simple. 1 10, 2 10s, and 5 1s. 25, 2 10s, 5 1s. Or we could do 1 10, 10 1s, and then the extra to make 20, and the extra 5 1s to make 25. But we could also do one set of 10 1s, another set of 10 1s to make 10, 20, and then add the extra 5 on the end to make 25. There are lots of different ways that you can make numbers, making them up with different either 10s or 1s. We're going to be really practicing this a lot in class. So I need you to do your best at home, practice at home, and then you can come into class and you could be an absolute superstar. Thank you so much for listening, Year 2. You've been fantastic and you've tried very hard. So well done. I will see you in class. So I'll see you later. Goodbye.